How does the temperature of the environment affect the production of CO2 in a worm?
Is your organism an endotherm or an ectothermic? A mealworm is an ectothermic. Warmer temperature causes the respiration rate to increase. Colder temperature causes the respiration rate to decrease.
How does your organism metabolism change in response to different temperature environments? It's going to go slower when it's cold. It's going to go faster when it's hot. It's going to go average when the temperature is normal.
Experiment purpose statement. The purpose of the experiment is to determine what effect the temperature of the environment has on the respiration rate of our organism by measuring the production of carbon dioxide in 3 different temperature environments. Experiment hypothesis. If the mealworms are moved to cold water, the CO2 production will rise compared to the room temperature. If they are moved to hot water, the CO2 will decrease compared to the room temperature water. Experiment design. Independent variable, the temperature of the environment. The dependent variable, the production of the CO2. Control group, the room temperature. Constants, the number of mealworms and in the container they were in. The red stands for hot water, the purple stands for room temperature, and the blue stands for cold water.
Explain how the production of carbon dioxide is related to the temperature relegation of your organism. When the mealworm is cold, the respiration gets slower. It slows the heart rate of the organism. When the mealworm is warm, the respiration rate is average. The heart rate stays the same. Is your organism K or R strategist? A mealworm is closest to R strategist. It has a very short lifespan. Breed at a young age. The behavior of a worm is determined by the
Life cycle of mealworm. The mealworm starts as an egg, then hatches in 4 to 19 days. Each mealworm starts eating a huge amount of food and grow fast. If it then enters the pupal stage, which lasts about 2 to 3 weeks, but up to 9 months, it starts during winter. After pupalting, a white adult winged beetle emerges from the pupal. It soon turns dark brown and then black and only lives for a few months.
The grass gets eaten by the worm gets eaten by the chicken gets eaten by the coyote, and the coyote gets hunted by the hunter.
The mealworm can be placed in a primary consumer level. The grass gets eaten by the mouse gets eaten by the wolf. Oh, whoops. It all reduces by 10% going up the pyramid.
Conclusions. We reject our hypothesis because the slope for the room temperature was at 2.496 and when put in cold water dropped down to 0.573. We reject our other hypothesis because the slope for the room temperature was at 2.496 and when put in warm water dropped down to negative 0.029. Extra information. No, there was no mistakes in the experiment. No variables outside of the experimenter's control could have affected the experiment.